Alright, we got to have a little more fire. I do have to be careful though. I don't want to melt any aluminum heads or anything. But I couldn't even get it hot enough to melt wax. I'll give it a second or two to cool down. Certainly did get hot enough to melt wax that time, I'll tell you that. If that don't work, I'll weld a nut. Several people suggested that, but I thought I'd try the vice grips and the heat first. And if it don't work, I'll weld a nut on there and try that. Well, I've tried a variety of things so far, including heating it up and trying to get it out with vice grips, putting a little candle wax on there and see if that would melt down in there. I guess I could stick a little more candle wax on there right now while it's cooling off. Last thing I did was welded a nut onto that bolt. Let's see if it's still hot enough to, oh yeah, it's still hot enough to melt some candle wax. Put that all down on there, good. Let it run down, if it will. She is good and hot. And I'm going to go in the house and just let that weld cool. I don't know if I'm getting any candle wax in there where I want it, but that's okay. I'm going to go in the house and let that weld cool down of its own, and I'm going to come back here and play with it some more. I welded a nut on there the first time, it didn't stick. And I had it screwed most of the way on there, and I got to thinking, well, with the screwed most of the way on there, most of the weld was on the nut, not on the bolt. So I ground the head on my bolt, and I screwed it on there, and I left about half the width of that to try and soak up what it could soak up there. I got the freeze off in the hole in the back side of that, so I'm going to use patience now. That's probably the hardest tool I got to use, patience. But I'm going to go in the house and use patience and let it cool off, and I'll come back and mess with it some more. It's fairly cold out here, by the way. It'd be a good opportunity to go in and put some warm socks on. I'll show you what it looks like. It looks like this. Y'all see all that snow in the air? Yep. Last night when I came home, it was raining. This morning when I got up, it was about 16. Now it's about 18. That means all that rain froze on the road. And then the snow is just kind of falling on top of it. That means everything is pretty slippery out here. So, that's what we got to work with today. Oh, the joy.